to learn how to have your own successful garage sale? I can show you how. I have done a ton of them. Let's get started. Hi, this is Michelle. I'm with Paladin Global Market. I hope everyone's had a wonderful week. I just want to go over a little bit of the things that I have learned by having, oh my gosh, I've literally probably had 100 garage sales in my eBay career. I use it for a way to purge any inventory that I may have purchased to resell that may not be a good item on eBay. I did this especially when I first got started on eBay. And then of course I use it just to help purge items around our house, you know, as children grow and as you find things you just don't find that you need anymore. Garage sales are a fantastic way to get rid of those items and make a quick $100, couple $100 on a weekend for not that much work. I mean, they are work, don't get me wrong, but you can make some quick bucks right away depending on the items that you have to resell. So I just wanted to go over a couple of those things that I have learned that could help you if you're about to have your own garage sale. So let's get started. So first thing I would do, of course, and I kind of do this on a constant basis as I'm going through our house. If I'm going through my clothes, you know, trying to pick something out to wear for the next day, if I keep passing over the same item, you know, week after week, month after month, if it doesn't get used in like 3 months, and if it's not like it's a seasonal item, but if it's something that I could wear, but I just continue to go over it, well, that one's going in the garage sale pile. And I start gathering stuff from around my house. Of course, before school starts, I have my children go through their clothes to see what doesn't fit them anymore, to see what they don't want to wear anymore, that type of thing. And if it's something that is something we no longer need as a family, but it could be something that could help some other family, and it'd be a great thing to resell on garage sale. So out to the garage sale pile it goes as well. When I have enough things gathered, then I go ahead and start preparing the advertising process for a garage sale. Don't let this scare you. There are a lot of apps that you can use now. It's easier than ever. There's yard sale finds. Just go into your app store. If you have an iPhone, Android, I'm not quite sure where you would find it on there, but wherever you would find apps for your Android, go on there and enter in the words yard sale, enter in the words garage sale, and you'll see there are apps that now will take the different listings that are from all over online, like Craigslist and that type of thing, and it compiles it all together in a cool little app. So like tomorrow, my daughter and I are gonna go have some fun and go garage sailing. I love the treasure hunt for my eBay business. I love to just go out there and see what you can find. You can find the best deals at garage sales. But when you're having your own garage sale, you can make recoup some of your money back on things that you no longer want. Whether it's stuff that you have around your house or it's stuff you no longer are able, you purchase it maybe to try to resell on eBay, maybe you're still learning that process, and it's something that's been sitting online for a couple months and it still hasn't had anyone take a bite at it, and you're just like, you know what, I just want it out, let's move on, lesson learned, don't buy that thing again, let's put it in the garage sale. So garage sales are fantastic. On the app, when you pull it up, like I pulled it up earlier today to see if it's a good one to go out tomorrow, get up early and go have some fun with my daughter. But it'll show you all the garage sales in the area, and like I said, they pull that from Craigslist, and I think they pull it from other places. And it's good because you can map out your routes. But you want to make sure if you're having your garage sale that you upload your information on these apps. I would say by Wednesday, no later, if you want to have the garage sale on the weekend. Typically Fridays for garage sales. When I had a ton of inventory when I first got started with eBay, I would have Friday garage sales as well, because I was like, I have got to get this stuff out. I was still learning what sells and what doesn't sell. Plus I was learning the consignment process, so there were some things that I had that the clients didn't want anymore and I couldn't sell because I didn't know they weren't good to resell. So I would put them in the garage sale and I wanted them out. So I would do garage sales on Fridays and Saturdays. But if you're busy working, you know, you have a full-time job, you have kids, you don't want to give up 2 of your days of your week to do this, or you know, you only have Saturday. Saturday are the primo days. Friday I found were the ones that were the serious resellers would come on Fridays. Also, people that are retired would also come on Fridays, but Fridays I would find is about half the traffic of what I saw on Saturdays. Saturdays, bar none, are the best days for garage sales, at least in my area. I live in Florida, I live in Orlando, but yeah, those are definitely the best days. So you would want to make sure your advertisements are up on these listings. Craigslist for sure, put them up there. Go onto these apps, go ahead and list them as well, and have them up, I would say, by Wednesday at the latest. Thursday if you're really pushing it, but people start mapping out their routes and start seeing if it's a lot of sales out there that they're willing to drive to. So get that done. The next thing, and this is something you can completely do yourself, how you prefer, of course. I find that I don't like putting prices on my items. And just hear me out. I have tried where I put prices on my items when I first started doing garage sales. And what I found is that people who were interested in these items would walk by and see the price, and then they wouldn't say anything, and they just kept on walking. So I would then have to be really attentive to see, hey, and start a conversation like, hey, do you want to, and you have to start wheeling and dealing. So you're already starting to devalue the price of your item right away, because you know for sure they didn't want it because they were walking by. If they wanted it, they would have asked you, and go from there. So I found it was easier to not put prices on them, but you have to be on your toes, because when the heat of the garage sales, about 10 o'clock, 10:30, the rush of people start really coming through, then you're going to need to be answering questions with a lot of people. So if this is not something that you enjoy, and it's not something that you feel you can handle the stress of someone over here, hey, how much for this? How much for this? How much for this? Then you may want to put prices on your items. But make sure you remember, do not put them too high. This is a garage sale. I mean, think about the worst case scenario at the end of the day. Like at the beginning, of course, you want to get all this money. You're thinking, oh, I bought this item for $25 brand new. I don't want to sell it for $5, but it's a garage sale. So I always saw garage sales as the last ditch effort before it went to be donated. So something is better than nothing. So I found that when I first started, I way overpriced my items. Oh my gosh, I just didn't have any idea. I didn't know. So I would say that typically you just really want to keep those prices low. So I like to make it where I don't put a sticker on the item, because I want to start the conversation. I want to have the conversation, because they have to then come and ask me how much. Then I know for sure they're interested, and then we can go kind of like, hey, well, I'm thinking this, what do you think? I don't just, if there's a certain item that I know I'm gonna sell on eBay later, if it's something that I'm just like, I just don't want to take the pictures and put it on listing right now, let's try in the garage sale, then I might be a little firmer on my prices. But if it's something that I'm ready to just let it, this is the last ditch effort before it goes to donations, then I'm gonna try to recoup some money. Now, mind you, if you have things like old iPhones, if you have collectibles, if you have, brand name purses that are, that are maybe leather purses, if you have like cowboy boots that are leather, if you have sporting equipment, if you have some really nice high-end video games, those are things I would recommend. Definitely keep on a high end. I do have an online course where I teach people how to sell on eBay, and I break it down there. If you're interested, just let me know. But I can show you how much they are worth for you on eBay to see if it's something you really want to sell in the garage sale. But when you're trying to sell those higher end items when you're at the garage sale, make sure that you stay a little firmer on those. But if it's things like, I don't know, an old trash can from the bathroom that doesn't match the style you want anymore, an old rug, old clothes in the closet, old pillows, I don't know, that yard gardening equipment, an old lawnmower, those, furniture does great on garage sales. I see furniture as a lead item. And what I mean by that is, like before Black Friday, before Thanksgiving, you get all these newspaper ads, and they have these killer items at the front that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're gonna sell it for this much. Let's go to the store, which makes people stand out in line at 4 o'clock in the morning for an hour for this one particular item, because it's like, this is just so great. That's the lead item. That's an item that will lead you into the store because the price is so good. So when you use things like furniture, baby items like toys and equipment, strollers, those type of things are really good. Sporting equipment, collectibles, those are all what I consider lead items when you're listing your item for, you're putting your garage sale, your yard sale up for advertisement. Like, hey, come over here. And I would list those things first. They do have it now, which is nice, where you can upload pictures of the items that you have. So this is something that you, of course, would want to put the best things first. The collectibles, if you have Disney items, anything like that, the more highly sought after items go first, and then you put the other things afterwards, and miscellaneous. So the other thing I would do is plan to be up crazy stupid early. I'm sorry, but that's the garage sale game. You are going to have early birds, so I would definitely not start your garage sale any later than 8 a.m. Even then, you're going to be out setting up probably like 6:45, 7 o'clock, depending on how much stuff you have. So you make sure, but you want to make sure you catch the traffic, because you will start getting lots of waves of traffic between 8 to 10. That's usually the most popular time. Then it starts to kind of like dwindle down a little bit depending on your area. By 12, everything's $1. I'm like, get this out. And then usually by about 12:30 or so, that's when people come up and I'm like, hey, do you want that too? You can have it for free. Because literally I am going to go donate it afterwards. And then that's what I do after the garage sale. Whatever has not sold, if it's not something that is valuable enough to be able to resell on eBay or something, I'm just like, I'm just going to keep it. Anyways, then bag it up and I drive it right to Goodwill or Salvation Army or a thrift store that I know is a good one in the area, that type of stuff. So I just get it out, so I'm done. The other thing to back it up that you're going to want to do to prepare after you do your advertisement, you're going to also want to make sure you get cash. So I would say you probably want to get about $100 in 20, so 5 20s. And then you're also going to want to get a lot of 10s and 5s and especially 1s. If you want to deal with quarters and that kind of thing, then you can price it that way. I usually would rather bundle something and take it to $1 than try to deal with lower change. It just makes it easier when you're trying to go back and forth and give them change and do that. The other thing I would do is make sure that you have some type of maybe like a little messenger bag, or the fanny packs, and those are getting popular again. Something where you can keep your money on you. And you can have quick reference to be able to give change. The other thing I would make sure you start gathering is the plastic, or if you like reusable type bags, but you want to make sure you have some bags that you can help, or brown bags, that type of thing, that you can help once you sell a couple things for people that they can take home with them. Also with clothes, sometimes I find I would just do trash bags because they bought so many different clothes, or if you're selling bedding or that type of thing, so that they can have it ready to go. Let's see, the other thing I would do, card tables, something like that would be really good. Something if you can hang up clothes, display, you want to have a clear pathway. So you want to have, maybe if you have your driveway, you want to have 2 rows so that you can have traffic. Because think about when it gets really busy, so that people are like, I can't even walk around, it's too cluttered. You want to make sure you have a clear walkway path. So I find that 2 tables on the edges of the driveway works well, because people can flow through that. The most valuable items you would want closer to you, so you can keep an eye on it. And it's best to have garage sales where you have at least two people, so that if you need to run inside to get a drink or go to the restroom, your items are not left unattended. So those are some cool things that you can do. I've also seen where people have sold water bottles at garage sales. Think about it's nice and hot. So if you want to buy a big case of water at like Costco or BJ's or Walmart, and you want to sell it for like $1 and have them nice and cold in the ice chest, you could do that. It's a good time if you have some kids that want to do like a lemonade stand. Those are great. They're going to have, because they're already going to have the people there. So they want to drink, and the kids can get a nice taste for business, and working hard and getting some money for what you do. Let's see. I think for garage sales, that's probably going to do it. Oh my gosh, the biggest thing, I can't believe I almost forgot. Signs. So Walmart I found is the best place to go. the yard signs that have the little metal stakes that you can push it down into the ground and point people your way. Put those out. I would recommend Friday night. So if you're going to have a Saturday garage sale, you're going to want to have your signs, make them big and clear. You don't want to have it cluttered. So you might even want like a blank white one, and you write on their garage sale, your address, and an arrow. And then I would flip it the other side and do the same thing, but make sure your arrows are going the right way. So if someone's coming to like a four-way stop and your garage sale is pointing that way, both arrows on each side of it's pointing the same way to your home. Think about the major intersections or the places people will go in your area that you're going to want to lead them in. So I used to do, I had a main road, then I would have 2 or 3 stop signs, and then I'd have into my home. So you want to have things for people to find you. Bright yellow actually is a great one because it catches people's eye. So that's something that you definitely don't want to forget that. So make sure you get those supplies. The metal stakes are good. I have taped them to stop signs. I don't know if that's legal or not, guys, but I would always come and take it down in the afternoon. So it was only there for like a day. But I found duct tape works really good for that. So I would have just the sign without the metal, stick it to in our neighborhood there, which was known for garage sales. The stop sign part, you have the metal part, put the sign on the flat part, and then have the duct tape on the back and push it really good so it stay on, especially when the dew, Saturday morning when the sun starts to rise, it won't make it fall off, because if you use clear packing tape, it's going to fall off. Learn that one the hard way. But do also make sure whenever you are done with your garage sale, please clean up those signs. This way your neighbors won't cringe every time you have a garage sale. So I hope those are some great things to help you. Like I said, I've had hundreds of garage sales, so you learn through the process, but have fun with it. Don't be offended if someone, gives you a low offer on someone. Just continue the conversation and then just have fun, make some good money, and then go donate when you're done, your extras. And make sure when you donate, get your receipt. That's a tax deductible receipt that you can use at the end of the year. I use them all the time. All right, guys, this is Michelle, Paladin Global Market. Have a great day. Happy garage sailing.